Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about some things Yokai could add to ensure its success. So we all know Yokai is the next big thing that the Mimic developers are working on and will be coming out probably before Book 2 Chapter 4. And I think this game should get a lot more attention just because of some of the things that I've heard already about the game and the style of gameplay, which I really like. So from what I've heard, I think the game's going to be a lot like the game Dead by Daylight. Now, I've never played Dead by Daylight, but from what I know, it is, I think, 5 players try to go out and try to survive, and one person's the monster, and the monster's trying to kill off all the survivors, and the survivors are trying to find a way to escape. So with that being said, one of the big things that Yokai will have to do is this type of gameplay, because it's very different than, let's say, the Mimic, where it's just like a story-driven game. They will have to balance this game well. Meaning being the monster doesn't just mean an instant wipe for the survivors, and also being survivors is not too easy. It has to be balanced where it's about a 50-50 chance of either side winning. They also need a good balance between action and horror. I see how they're trying to shift a little bit to like the action even with games like the Mimic. I think this game they're trying to shift a little bit more into the action, but they definitely got to find that right balance between the action and horror element. I definitely can see them doing some more action stuff with this because it does fit the gameplay style, but I don't want them to completely forget about the horror element. That also includes stuff with the atmosphere. I think what they should do is make the setting really dark and scary and have a very action-driven game within that dark and scary setting. The next thing I think they should add, I think this would be really important. I think they can do both, but I definitely think a game like this needs simple gameplay. And this is kind of like a double point because my 2 points are replayability. If it's simple gameplay, people will replay it. And that goes without being said, it has to be fun, simple gameplay as well too. They've talked about it a lot, but they really want this game to be more replayable. I guess more replayable than games like the Mimic, which is not, I wouldn't say very replayable because it's kind of like a one and done and then you completed most of the story. A lot of people replay it for like speedrun or just because they like the game, but the Mimic is not the most replayable game in the world. So if they hit that simple gameplay mark, I think the game will be extremely replayable. Another big thing I think they have to do, and this is actually like right when they release it, is to not just go all out. I'm really hoping we can get Yokai within the next 5 to 6 months, and I know they have this like really strict expectation that the game has to be a really massive game and super high quality. But I don't think that should be the case with Yokai. I think you just release, like, I don't think it should be like completely unfinished, but like a semi-finished copy, and let the public give feedback and see what they can do to improve it. The next big point that I think would make Yokai really good is progression. I would really like an action type horror game with progression. Now, I don't think Mimic could ever do it. They kind of did it with the Mimic with progression, gain a coin system where you can buy lanterns, and I think you should really do something like that in Yokai, where you, like after each win or after getting close to win or doing particular tasks, you get these coins so that you can buy lanterns. And from previous leaks, it does look like there are skins like legendary, epic, and rare. I think there's like common, all those types of skins, so I think you'll be able to purchase those as well with those coins. But a big thing that they have to make sure not to do is to make sure it is not pay to win. Which I don't think, I won't say anything until it's done, but I don't think will be a problem because the Mimic, I think the only stuff that you pay for is stuff like lanterns so far. I think in Yokai it'll just be stuff like cosmetics, but I hope there's nothing in the game that allows you to get advantage over the players that cost money. And since this is like a survival game, my next point, which I think they should do a little bit of, but they don't really have to do it too much, I think there should be a little bit of storytelling of like how we got there and how it kind of connects to the Mimic. Because if you guys didn't know already, Yokai are Mimic monsters. So a little bit of story there, maybe like a 10 to 15 second cutscene right before the game starts would be cool. That is all for today, but there's many things that Yokai could do to make it an awesome game, so I might make this into like a mini series, maybe like 2 or 3 videos on this because there's so much more that they could add. But that is all for today. Let me know what you guys think Yokai should add in the comment section down below on release. I'm interested to see what you guys think. Join our Discord, link down below, and some new Mimic and variety videos coming out soon, so keep on the lookout for that. Peace out.